Have you ever wondered if it's possible to beat a Gen 1 Pokemon game using only glitched Pokemon? Probably not, because you're normal people. Me, I'm not. So today we're doing exactly that. Pokémon Blue, but every Pokemon I'm allowed to use must be glitched or obtained through a glitch. And trust me, please stick around till the end, because this run goes from haha funny MissingNo to oh no, the universe is collapsing real fast. Rules. We're playing on an original Pokémon Blue cartridge, using a GB operator which lets me run my real Game Boy cards on PC. Rules are simple, every Pokemon I use must be glitched or caught via glitch. To avoid turning the video into I one-shot everything for 30 minutes, I try to stay under level caps, which, spoiler, becomes physically impossible later. Alright, let's dive into it. We start our journey like every 10-year-old ever. Name ourselves, get rescued by Professor Oak, and pick Charmander because we're masochists. But there's a problem. Charmander is not glitched, so technically we can't use it, which means we need to glitch it immediately. For this first glitch, I swapped to my Game Boy Color because it's way easier on original hardware. The glitch is basically merge two save files by resetting at the exact frame during a save. If you reset at the perfect moment when the yes no box disappears but the text box still holds the old text, the game kind of stitches your saves together. If you do it right, you restart the game before choosing a starter, but with your previous starter in your party. Eventually, we get it, our first glitched Pokemon. Now you'd think, huge win, right? Yes, except the game treats this Pokemon like it was traded from another cartridge. So it gets boosted exp, and then at level 10 it stops obeying me until I have 2 badges. So we have a disobedient Fire Lizard. Perfect start. We push to Viridian City, do the usual runs, Ox Parcel, Pokeballs, Pokédex, then it's time to build the team properly. Here's the plan for our second Pokemon. Go into Viridian Forest, get poisoned by a Weedle, trigger a wild encounter in front of a specific trainer, lose to the wild encounter, so we black out. Because we fainted, the trainer still tried to battle us, but nope, we're gone. Then we fight a Pidgey. Now, when we come back later, the game panics and spawns a glitched encounter whose identity depends on a stat value, the special stat of the Pokemon we fought exactly before this encounter. In this case, we end up with an encounter that gives us Ivysaur. And yes, I'm aware this sounds like I'm explaining a crime. Now, this thing, Ivysaur, almost killed me. At some point, it definitely heard me crying. But we catch him and roll up to Pewter City with a totally different vibe. We go to Brock, and this is where I realize Charmander has stopped obeying. So he's basically a decorative pet rock. Luckily, Ivysaur learns Vine Whip at the perfect time, and Brock's entire career ends instantly. We collect our first badge. Then we sneak through Mount Moon like we're committing tax fraud, beat the Super Nerd, grab the fossil, and hit Cerulean City. Misty's trainers go down, and then Misty's go down too. Again, Ivysaur is carrying this entire playthrough on his leafy shoulders, and badge 2 is obtained, which also means Charmander finally obeys again up to level 30, and you already know what time it is. We fight our rival on Nugget Bridge. We lead with Charmeleon, scrape through his team, and when he brings out Squirrel, thinking it's a free win, we bring out Ivysaur and send him back to Pallet Town in 2 seconds. Now it's time for the third team member, the classic Mew Glitch. We catch Abra, do the trainer line of Psych, teleport nonsense, beat the Slowpoke trainer, and boom, Mew. Mew is insanely broken in Gen 1. Can learn everything, stats are stupid. So to keep this from become boring, Mew is now my HM slave. We then fix Bill's little oops I became a Pokemon situation, grab the SSN ticket, and head to Vermilion City. We step on the boat, we get ambushed by our rival again, and he gets demolished. Then we talk to the depressed ship captain, get caught, teach it to Mew, and enter the gym. Now we do the worst puzzle ever created by a man, and finally fight LT Surge. Voltorb, punched into retirement. Pikachu, punched into the ground. Raichu, takes effort, but we get there. Our third badge is obtained. Next, Rock Tunnel. We flash it so we can see where we're going, fight a few trainers with a kamikaze obsession, reach Lavender Town, and immediately leave because we can't do much yet. We take the underground path to Celadon City, and Erika is waiting. We clear Erika's trainer, then fight her. Victory Bell drops, Tangela drops, and Vileplume tries to ruin my entire day, but we clutch it out. Badge 4 is obtained. Then I do what every 10-year-old does, grab Fly, and immediately go to the casino. Because of course, the casino is a criminal headquarters. We storm Team Rocket side out, get the elevator key, and face Giovanni. And Giovanni learns the ancient truth. A 10-year-old with 3 Pokemon and no supervision is unstoppable. We get the Silph Scope, go back to Lavender Town, beat our rival again, sorry bro, bog the Ghost Marowak, save Mr. Fuji, and earn the Poké Flute. Then we bribe the thirsty guards with a drink they definitely could have bought themselves, and enter Saffron City. In Saffron City, we head toward the Sith Cove. All rocket nonsense, easy puzzle, and then Holuk arrival again, asking to be destroyed. During this stretch, Charmeleon becomes Charizard, Ivysaur becomes Venusaur, everybody's evolving, everyone is thriving, we fight Giovanni again, and this time he actually trained, so it's a real battle. We still win, grab the Master Ball, heal up, and that to Sabrina. Sabrina's gym puzzle is awful, but here's the secret. Always take the teleport directly above or below the one you land on. You'll reach Sabrina quickly. Her team has a high special and low defense, so physical, it's Crush. Charizard slash delete things, and we take her down. Badge number 5, obtained. Next, Cycling Road to Fuchsia City. Koga's puzzle is extremely hard to understand, I'm sarcastic. Mew does the most of it, Charizard cleans up, and we collect badge number 6. At this point, I'm thinking, I've been using Charizard, Mew, Venusaur for hours. They're glitched, sure, but they're still normal Pokemon, so we need more caps. But first, we need Surf, Safari Zone. We grab Surf and the Gold Teeth, return them, and get Strength. Now, we can go to Cinnabar, and now the run starts breaking. So, I need more Master Balls and more rare candies. We talk to the old man, watch the catching tutorial, then we surf along the Cinnabar coast and trigger the item duplication glitch. You know the one, MissingNo appears, you beat it, and your 6th inventory item becomes 128 of that item. Suddenly, I have an irresponsible amount of rare candies and Master Balls. But now, I want the king. I want MissingNo. We train Paras. Until its special is 31, do a Trainer Fly, Ditto Coping setup, return to Lavender, and we force a MissingNo encounter, and this specific one is rumored to map to Scrap Caesar content. We catch it. Fun fact, this MissingNo is type Bird, not a typo, not a joke, Bird. It only knows 3 moves, 2 Water Guns and Sky Attack, so it's basically a cannon that takes a turn to charge. Then I try another glitch to get Fossil Aerodactyl, because it would be so cool, and after I catch it, it turns into another MissingNo with bad moves. So that's great, you're out of the team. Then things get worse. Better. Course. Back to Cinnabar. I catch 2 new party members, a level 138 Clefable and a level 128 Marowak. At this point, the stay underleveled idea lies in a ditch. The game is starting to crumble, reality is leaking. We enter the Pokemon Mansion, grab the gym key, and because why not, Marowak levels and goes from 128 to 100. Yes, down. Then we fight Plane, and this entire gym basically becomes a glitch museum exhibit. MissingNo lets Growlithe with Sky Attack. Ponyta somehow claps MissingNo. Mew starts glitching too. Surf starts deleting things. Blaine himself starts mentally buffering, and we win. 7th badge, obtained, 1 left. So, to obtain the last badge we go back to Viridian Gym, wreck trainers, and face Giovanni. At this point I'm not even sure which of us is more broken, his team or my save file. We win, Giovanni gets humiliated again, also glitches, and now we can enter Victory Road. But first, we destroy a rival one more time. Pidgeot, Rhydon, Growlithe, Execute, Alakazam, Blastoise, everybody gets bullied. Sorry Red, wrong timeline. We clear Victory Road, reach the league, and we start with Lorelei. Venusaur is a bad lead into Ice types, but Venusaur is also cracked, so we brute force 3 of them. Charizard handles Jinx, Lapras KOs Venusaur, and Mew finishes it. Bruno. Onix loses to Mew. Hitmonchan falls to Fly. Hitmonlee deletes MissingNo. Thank you for your service at this point. Mew responds with Fly. Second Onix drops to Razor Leaf, and Machamp gets humiliated by Marowak. Agatha. Charizard handles the first Gengar. Then Mew surfs everything into retirement. Last Gengar gets one shot by Marowak's Bolmerang. Lance. Marowak's Trash deletes Gyarados and Dragonair. Bolmerang handles the other Dragonair. Then Aerodactyl takes Marowak down. Mew surfs Aerodactyl away. Dragonite gets metronomed by Clefable, which pulls Aurora Beam, which is the funniest possible thing, and then the champion. Our rival got here first. So battle starts, his Pidgeot instantly one-shots my MissingNo with Sky Attack. Of course. I mean, it's poetic at this point, honestly. Marowak comes in and Trash deletes Pidgeot and Alakazam. Rhydon gets Razor Leaf by Venusaur. Arcanine gets Boomerang. Executor shows up and, oh my god, retrieve this fucking Nightmare. The Nightmare goes down with 3 Flamethrowers. And now it's time for his ace, Blastoise, which goes down to Clefable after a few metronome rolls. And with that, we're champions. So this completely pointless, increasingly cursed glitch run is finally over. The last humiliation has been delivered, and thank you for watching. And if you liked it, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.